in the last 3 weeks, I was in 3 different countries. I just came back from Tenerife, from the Canary Islands. And before that, I was in Prague at the Toastmaster event. And before that, in London and at a business workshop. And coming back to Germany, I committed to myself when I came back on Friday to do something that I've never done before. I've committed to, for 7 days, I'm going to step actively out of my comfort zone and do it every day and write it down. So in case this subject is a little bit uncomfortable for you when I talk about that, please know that for me, it's even more uncomfortable standing here at the stage and talk about such a sensitive and often private subject. And I do it anyway because I know it's worth it, and behind that is more freedom and more fulfillment. And however, I know that I want to encourage you, if this is a sensitive subject, if you just read the agenda thinking that, whoa, it's not me right now, this is kind of sensitive, please take care. I'm not offended if you take a longer toilet break or if you just take a tea. That's fine for me. It's also a step of courage to take care of yourself. So just to say that in the beginning. Okay guys, so now let's go into the 3 things I discovered about intimacy in the last 15 years. Let's start with number 1. I've written them down so you can remember them. Intimacy is completely different from stress relief or tension relief. I discovered sexual energy intuitively when I was around 11. I remember coming back home from school, and when nobody was home, I imagined, don't laugh, Superman with his strong arms, and just allowed this energy in my body, and it was kind of intuitive. Back now, I see that this was a way for me to relieve tension in my body, a very effective way from school, from all the stress I had, from the interactions with my parents. And that part was super easy. It came intuitively, tension relief, But that part, that was not easy. Allowing intimacy and being vulnerable with somebody else, that took me years to get there. And it also meant to take off the mask of this fake confidence and allow myself to be insecure with somebody else. Which brings me to the second thing I learned. Self-love is a prerequisite for intimacy. That comes first. I needed to start to love myself with everything, with all the insecurity, with the weirdness I felt I had, for being able to allow this wall to come down. If you were here the last time I spoke, I talked about that I felt often like a weirdo in society as a child already, and I've built up a wall, like a transparent, invisible wall against other people, just like around myself, to protect myself, mainly out of a feeling of insecurity and out of a fear to be rejected, and just to be not loved, and being scared as well. When I started to break down this wall, which took a long time, something beautiful happened, and I learned the third thing, which was a major breakthrough for me about intimacy in the last 15 years. ABC versus presence, or doing versus allowing. Now, ABC for me is a term I invented. Stands for the classical thing we get taught by every romance video, if you ever watched it, all the porn stuff, it's like, it starts here. Kissing, foreplay, then comes sex, orgasm, and relaxing. So basically it looks like this. What I noticed for myself when I started to get more in touch with who I am and with my instincts as well, and also allowing myself to be a bit different from what I see everywhere else, like in movies, then I discovered that for me, intimacy is much more like a dance. It's much more like a movement like the movement of the waves in the ocean. Yeah, it goes like that. There's a big wave, woo, and then there's a small wave, woo. But they're all together. It's not just one big wave and then woo, poof. For me, the quality that brings it all together is presence. Presence to be with whatever comes up. Like if I and my partner have this presence, then there's space in between. There's a slowness there. You don't have to perform anything. There can be insecurity, there can be passion, there can be playfulness, innocence, fear. Everything can come up in this space. For concluding this, and already in the words that we have, for this part, we are having sex, we are making love, we are always making something. There's so much effort in that. I like the term allowing love or allowing connection to happen. That's something I like. Now, bringing that together to an end, for me, the reason why I feel this energy, this sexual energy or intimacy in our society is still a little bit like this, not so lived, is because of the essence of sexual energy. If it's pure power, it's creativity, and most of all, it's the expression of the uniqueness of somebody, the expression of my uniqueness, the expression of your uniqueness. But it takes a lot of self-love. It's hard work. It's not easy to get there. And most of all, it takes the courage to share this energy openly with the world, not just somewhere behind the pillows, but in everyday life. And for me, what I know I'm most scared of is not you looking at me and judging me and thinking like, gosh, something like that. It's to step into my own power and to share this power with the world. Thank you so much.